Welcome to New York City in the 1890s, the Gilded Age, an era of unimaginable wealth, crushing poverty, and the explosive energy that would define the American century. Through the lens of history, we often see this decade in grainy black and white. But thanks to advanced AI technology, we are bringing the streets of old New York back to life in stunning color and detail. You are about to walk the cobblestones of a city divided, where American royalty lived in palaces and millions of immigrants fought for survival just a few miles away. This is Fifth Avenue, known to the world as Millionaire's Row. In the 1890s, this wasn't just a street, it was a battleground for social status. The sidewalks were swept clean, lined with the mansions of families like the Vanderbilts, the Astors, and the Carnegies. This specific chateau belonged to Cornelius Vanderbilt II. It was the largest private residence ever built in New York City, featuring 130 rooms and a ballroom that could hold hundreds of guests. Life here was a spectacle of silk, diamonds, and top hats. The air smelled of expensive perfume and the leather of horse-drawn carriages. On Sunday mornings, the wealthy would parade down these avenues in what was known as the Easter Parade, displaying fashions imported directly from Paris. There was no income tax in the United States yet, allowing these titans of industry to accumulate fortunes that rivaled the GDP of small countries. But take the elevated train, the noisy, steam-belching L, just 3 miles south, and you enter a different universe. This is Mulberry Street in the Lower East Side. This was the most densely populated place on planet Earth. While the Vanderbilts had 130 rooms for one family, here a single room might house 10 people. The streets were a chaotic maze of pushcarts, selling everything from pickles and fish to used clothing. The noise was deafening. Peddlers shouting prices, children playing in the gutters, and the constant rattle of iron wheels on stone. The smells were overwhelming, a mix of unwashed bodies, rotting food, and the manure of the 150,000 horses that worked the city streets. This was the first stop for millions of immigrants arriving from Italy, Ireland, and Eastern Europe. They came for the American dream, but often found a nightmare of hard labor and disease. This is a typical tenement building. Inside, there was often no running water, no indoor toilets, and no sunlight. These dark, airless apartments were known as railroad flats. In the summer, the heat became so unbearable that thousands of people slept on the fire escapes or the roofs just to breathe. Yet, despite the squalor, there was a vibrant pulse here. This was the engine room of New York, where the skyscrapers, bridges, and subways were built by the hands of those living in these very slums. Connecting these two worlds was the Brooklyn Bridge, completed just a decade earlier. In the 1890s, it was still a marvel of the modern world, its stone towers rising higher than almost anything else in the skyline. Walking across it offered a view of a city in transition. To the south, the harbor filled with sailing ships and steamliners. To the north, the skeleton of a new city rising. The 1890s also saw the birth of modern American culture. This is the original Waldorf Astoria Hotel, where the concept of being seen was perfected. It was here that the velvet rope was invented, and where the rich mingled in the legendary Peacock Alley. Meanwhile, in the Badlands of the Bowery, tough saloons and music halls gave birth to vaudeville and the rough-and-tumble spirit of the city. By the time the clock struck midnight on December 31st, 1899, New York was poised to become the capital of the world. It was a city forged in the fire of extreme contrast. The gold of the rich was polished by the sweat of the poor. It was beautiful, it was cruel, and it was undeniably alive. That completes our tour of Gilded Age, New York. Which side of the city would you have fit into? The ballrooms of Fifth Avenue or the bustling streets of the Lower East Side? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more history brought to life. As always, we'll see you in the past.